I've got two things to say before we start this video, and the first thing, probably most of you that have watched the channel for a while will not be surprised by this. I did an unboxing of this Element Knightrunner last week. I took it to a late break show on tour, had it on display, had a little play with it. It's actually a really cool truck. Then I ran out of space on the SD card when I was at the show. So I deleted some old files, what I thought were old files. Weren't old files, they were that. And also I deleted some files for that thing there. You won't notice on the video for that though. And to be honest with you, you wouldn't notice on the video this if I hadn't have told you. Just like the second thing that you wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't told you, which is that I've lost my adapter for my tripod. So you are balancing on top of a box, some more boxes. Oh look, Barbie's in, oh, cover that up. Barbie and then a chair. So poor planning on my part, but like I said, you wouldn't know unless I told you. Anyway, welcome to the channel. This is the Element Enduro Knightrunner. We're going to unbox it on this video. We're going to have a look at it and we're going to take it out for a run somewhere, and hopefully I won't delete this footage. Anyway, let's get in a little bit closer and let's have a look at it. So because I've already unboxed it, I've built everything that needs building. Let's just put that to one side for a minute. You get instructions for the transmitter. You get a really nice manual. These are really nice manuals that Element dish out. Very much, they remind me of like your Haynes manual for your cars. Little Associated Electronics leaflet, because Element is part of Associated Electronics. So Team Associated, Reedy, etc. Nice little sticker sheet there as well that comes with it. And then you get a bag of bits. In the bag of bits there's some different gearing, so you can change the front bias for your overdrive. There's some other bits and pieces, some spare body clips for if you want to fit different bodies. There's a solid axle there, so you can change the independent front suspension over back to solid axle. And there's some other bits and pieces. And it also comes with, this is like a little shorty pack tray. It comes fitted with this. It also comes with a full-size tray. I've already fitted that because I run full-size batteries. It's an XP130 transmitter. These are really nice. All the functions you need on the top. They're a bit of a stretch for my style of driving with one hand, but you get all the features you need: steering trim, steering dual rate, throttle dual rate, etc. Nice controllers. And on this Knightrunner, because it's been built in sort of partnership with Knight Customs, which do 3D printed and accessories for crawlers and stuff, it does come with this little rear luggage pack. You have to build this up. It's not too complex, but that's already fitted because I've done that on my first unboxing. And it was good to show it off at the show. It's got fingerprints all over it. It's still got, I forgot to take the battery out, naughty me. But yeah, really good to get this out. It'd only been out a few days when I took it to the show, so it was good to give people a look at it. So like I mentioned, it is done in conjunction with Knight Customs. So you've got some really nice bits and pieces like the bumper, moulded grille as well. You got your wing mirrors, side steps. One of my favourite bits are the wheels. The wheels look really nice. There's some general grabber tyres on there. These are 1.5s. I think they look pretty scale on there. Moulded door handles. Snorkel, again, you have to put some holes in the body to fit that. Then the little luggage rack on the back, which I think is really nice. The only bit I don't like is you have to take it off to access the body pins. So it comes off and then you've got the body pins there. But this is a nice little add-on, I really like it. It's quite heavy as well, so it is going to add, it's going to give you a little bit more weight on the top there, but I mean for scale driving, trail driving, very nice. Really nice body on it. Looks a bit like a Toyota, maybe. I don't know. Let me know. What do you think it looks like? Again, you have to drill 3 holes in the back to fit this. You'll see them under there. A few nuts and bolts there. Clear windows. Always like clear windows with fingerprints on. So that's the big tray under there. You have the option of the shorty one. So I'm a big fan of the this chassis. You got that independent front suspension on it. I really like it. From the front, you can't see like the steering stuff on there because the servo is mounted. It's kind of not hidden as such, but it's behind all that front IFS. I really like that. I've got the Trail Runner, so I'm familiar with the chassis setup, and it is the same. It's the same wheelbase. It's the same setup underneath. I'm a big fan of this. It's not an all-out crawler, but it does perform really well. You've got a Reader ESC there. It's waterproof and it will take 3S. You've got a 5-slot, 16-turn motor in there. That motor combined with that ESC, along with like the gearing and stuff, gives this really slow crawling capability. It's got a lot of control. Threaded alloy bodied shocks, obviously oil shocks, again, very nice. A reasonable amount of flex on the back. Not as much flex on the front, but what you'll find is when it is trailing and crawling along, it does give you a really nice, realistic look about it, especially like when you're turning and stuff. I just like how these drive, and like I've said, they're not out and out crawlers. You're not going to be, you know, going over any crazy rocks and stuff with them, but they are very good. So there's that multi-link suspension at the rear. Telescopic drive shaft, you've got like a metal insert there, little guard under there. If you get the right line as well, this glides over a lot of stuff you wouldn't expect it to. You have got some optional gear in there, so you can swap the gearing over in there, so you can have it, I'm pretty sure it's stock, it's about 5% overdrive at the front, and you can swap it to about 12. So it gives you a little bit better control when you're overdriving the front wheels. And wheels are definitely one of my favourite little features on there. They just look really nice. That, along with the front bumper, I think that looks really good as well. A couple of little LEDs in there. This is gonna be a nice trail rig. I need to clean this body. Definitely needs a bit of a polish. And the other cool feature with all the element stuff, you get like a detailed sort of little scale garage in there. Right, I think we've covered everything. I'm just gonna stick a battery in. I'll just show you what I mean about that low end control, and then we're going to take it out for a bit of a trail. I think it's a 15 kilo servo, but it's pretty quick. Yeah, 15 kilo metal geared servo. Now here's that low control. Nice and quiet. Super silent. Plenty of torque from that 5-slot motor. Plenty of slow control. Look at that, look. It pulls itself over. Nice. Very nice. Right, I think I've covered everything I got on the first unboxing, apart from it being brand new. Let's clean them greasy fingerprints off, and then let's take it out for a little trail. So I've just walked a different route than I usually do to find some slightly different terrain to take this on, rather than somewhere I've been before. I've just found this opening that goes down there, and I can hear a bit further down there, I could hear running water. So we're going to investigate. I'm going to go down there, see what I can find. Let's hope I come back out somewhere. You can come with me just in case I fall. Oh, hello. What's down here then? Obviously someone's been having a party down here. It was in that direction I could hear water, but this may have been a dud. This might not be a good one. I think this is a fail. So no luck finding any water at the moment, but I found a nice little climb we're going to start off at here. The only thing I have found is lots and lots of little insects that want to bite me, so we're going to try and make our way out sort of over there somewhere out into the open to get away from these before I end up with a few little bites that I don't really want. I don't know if you can see how steep this is, but it's pretty steep, so nice slow control like I've mentioned. This is one of them slopes that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get up, so the truck might be able to get up there, but not me. Pretty slippery. Not sure it's going to get up that bit. We might have to go round. There we go. That's a big old slope. We're going to make our way back down. Just over there, there's a lot of tents and a little fire and stuff. I don't want to cause any aggro or disturb anyone that I don't really want to bump into. Don't want to disturb anyone. So a nice drag brake on this, look. That's without any throttle control there. Just letting it roll on its own. That's really nice control. I'm impressed with that drag brake on these. Right, we're going to head back over in that direction. That's how easy it is to get disorientated. I think I walked the wrong way. We'll find our way out. They're not looking for me. I'm not lost yet. Right, this is the way out up here. So like I mentioned, not an all-out rock crawler, but for trails like this is perfect. Come on. There we go. So full speed on 2S, it's kind of a brisk walk, I'd say. I know where I am now, just up here. There's a nice little area just for some mild rock crawling. There's a bit of water down there, but it's a bit boggy, so there's a lot of mozzies and stuff down that bit. So I'd love to go down there, but we're not. This is the bit I was talking about just here. This is perfect for this thing. Loose stone is never all that good, but as long as you get the line right. You should be all right. This goes on for ages down there. I think it's like tailings and stuff from the old mine that used to be here. I believe it was a limestone, or it's been a few different, I think it's iron years ago, and then it was, before it closed, it was limestone. Massive area, well, most of it now is like a nature reserve. Oh, history with Tomley. It's the quarry I go to all the time. And this is like the wooded area, sort of half and half. So onboard footage that you've seen there is the Insta360 Go 2. Really awesome bit of kit. I've got a video coming up of that soon, showing you lots of different stuff you can do with it. One of the coolest features is it's got this little mount that's just got a sticky pad on it that's always like that. Once it gets a bit dirty, you just wash it off and it gets its stickiness back again, so you can mount it pretty much anywhere. So just take it off there. And I'm going to stick it just there. Pull that out like that. And now you're getting a nice view of that rear wheel. Let's get it to flex about a bit, shall we? There you go, look. Awesome.
Awesome little camera. There's a link for that in the description. Tiny little thing. Look at it, so small.
Yes, that's what she said.
Low at the moment, not much water. There's no water flow at all. That's the climb there, and it's all a bit overgrown. We're still going to try it though. Got to get down here first. I'm sure it's that way. There we go. I thought that was the way down. So waterproof electronics, not that this level of water is going to give it any trouble, but again, in my experience, you can get these in quite a bit of water. Oh, come on. That's quite a steep angle there, isn't it? Before it tips. Not bad. I know obviously it's on a curve, but we try a little side slope action. Oh, that sounded worse than it was. The body is a little bit, it's a bit noisy. You could probably do some little foam bits underneath the body mounts on this just to quieten it down a bit, but it's not really a major issue. Not really much to see here. This is usually one of my favourite bits because it's usually slippery and muddy. Gives them a good test, but just a bit overgrown. Just too much long grass there, it's getting caught in the axles. I'm sure I've got out of this before when there's not as much grass. So like I've said, it's not an all-out rock crawler, but it doesn't mean that you can't do some, you know, slightly tricky stuff with it. It's more than just a trail truck. Finding your line, which I can never do. That's the important bit. Getting that line. That bumper is causing me some grief. Let's go that way. There we go. Getting the right line. It's absolutely able to do a little bit of rock crawling. This is one of my favourite areas here. It's a little bit dangerous, so I would never, if you come down here, don't go over that side, but this is a really good sort of test of the articulation of the crawlers and trail trucks. And a few people, you know, don't think this independent front suspension is any good on a crawler or trail truck, but I actually like how scale it looks when it's doing this kind of terrain. It's got a really nice scale look about it. It does, like I keep saying, get that line, and it does glide over stuff like this with relative ease. It just looks, I just love how it looks. Awesome. Right, I think we'll call it a day on the video. This last bit, little difficult one for it. That drop is, you only really get one attempt at doing it. Once you've got your line, you can't change it. I think we'll be all right with this. Yeah. Come on. Cheers for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Oh, I love this thing.